Hello, friends. My name is Eric Thompson, and I'm a current MBA student here at Xavier University. My project today is on information technology in sports. I hope you enjoy the presentation as we get started here. In today's presentation, we will discuss how technology impacts sports from the business side and the consumer side. By 2019, Forbes is projecting the sports industry to exceed $73 billion a year. The three topics in which we will discuss today are: number one, Moneyball, in relation to how does technology drive decision making in sports. Number two, Changing the Game, how does technology engage fans more closely? Number three, what does the future of technology in sports look like? We will take a close look at all three of these questions. As the presentation proceeds, please keep in mind that much like the other businesses, sports teams must find a way to engage users of every age and demographic. Here you will see a nice timeline detailing the history of technology and major milestones in sports. If you would like, please pause the presentation and read through these. As you can see, there are some interesting tidbits here. For instance, instant replay dates all the way back to 1955. This is a mixture of advancements in technology that improved the sport, but also improved the experience for consumers. Winning in team sports has always been a function of superior ownership, front office management, and superior coaching on the field. Decision making of which players to draft, trade, development, coach, and which system to play have traditionally all been made by a gut feeling or what the tradition is for the culture of the program. But then came along Oakland Athletics general manager Billy Beane. Using algorithms and advanced metrics, teams are now making data-driven decisions more than ever in the history of sport. Sabermetrics, or advanced baseball statistics, are used to determine the value of a player outside of their stardom. The book Moneyball was published by Michael Liu in 2003, but was made famous by the Hollywood production of Moneyball in 2011, which featured Brad Pitt. The idea of building a team based on proven metrics is not popular amongst all professional teams. These organizations employ departments full of mathematicians and statistic gurus who are experts in the calculating value through numbers instead of popularity and hype. The use of advanced metrics is even working its way into college athletics, as the University of Nebraska was the first athletic department to employ a full-time staff member to make data-driven decisions for the department. As this trend continues to trickle down into the collegiate level, the statistical analysis approach is also being used by ticket offices and development offices to target and build lucrative relationships that support the organization. The two websites listed on this page, 538.com and sportview.com, are both game changers in bringing the product closer to the fans. Both are statistic-driven platforms that engage users who love data on their favorite teams and players. 538.com compiles predictions using prior results, win-loss records, and opponent history to determine the outcome before the game. SportView, on the other hand, is probably more well known in the sporting community. SportView uses a 6-camera system designed to track the real-time movement of basketball and soccer players as well as the ball. The camera system tracks every player on the court or field 25 times per second. SportView then shares this data with teams to help prevent injuries, maximize player development, and coaching performance. It also is very accurate in data delivery. The ability to quantify the intangibles, such as how many miles a player runs during the game or how much energy they are spending is data that organizations and fans love to know. This is all part of the process of bringing the product closer to the fan. The future of technology in sports is very bright. As the sports industry continues to grow, the more technology will be incorporated into the full spectrum of the experience. On the next few slides, I will discuss the 4 tiers of the future of sport, which includes connected stadiums, connected athletes, connected fans, and connected data. Organizations are seeking new ways to engage fans once they are inside the stadium. ESPN oftentimes writes about teams selling tickets in new areas of the stadium that is either a cabana or a poolside or some other outrageous way to please the customer. Other ways in which stadiums must be kept up with the ability for consumers to connect to Wi-Fi and be able to browse and post to social media while attending the game. This is a very expensive investment for organizations, and like the Cincinnati Reds do, they partner with Cincinnati Bell, and fans must download the Cincinnati Bell application to their phone in order to connect through the Wi-Fi. This is a great engagement of sponsorship as well as upgrading the patrons' experience once they're inside the building. The next option is to be able to enter the game without physical tickets. Consumers are used to making instant purchases on their mobile device, and now the sports world is catching on. The ability to purchase tickets from Ticketmaster, StubHub, SeatGeek, or any other ticketing platform and have the barcode scanned upon entering the field is a major shift in the world of athletics. Mobile experiences are also becoming really popular. Through team apps, fans are able to upgrade their seats, participate in contests for halftime opportunities down on the court, and also purchase behind-the-scenes opportunities such as attending the post-game press conference. During my time here at Xavier, we partnered with a company called Let's Move Down, which allowed fans to upgrade their seats, and once the game started, they could buy experiences such as a post-game picture on the court, attend the post-game press conference, or a tour of the building after the game. The San Francisco 49ers built a fantasy football lounge inside of their stadium. Fantasy football alone has seen a 270% increase in participation in the last 15 years, and the 49ers are taking advantage of this. While their patrons are in the building, they're connecting them with their passion for fantasy football, 49er football, and being able to keep up with their own team inside this lounge. Connecting athletes is the future of understanding the realm of sports. Understanding what makes an athlete so good outside of their physical talents is the next emerging technology in sports. Technology will increasingly record every movement of athletes. It'll track their sleeping patterns, nutrition intake, their breathing, their muscle power, their heart rate, cadence, and pace. Look for the next analytical breakthrough to come in the areas of predicting how a player's mental makeup will adjust to the rigors of professional sports and how the emotional aspect of the responsibility correlates to on-the-field performance. Teams need an analytic that predicts responsive behavior. The emotional attachment in which generations of families have supported their teams, and which is what makes sports so special. The emotional bonds formed after big wins, devastating losses, meeting their favorite player, or a team reaching a monumental milestone all play a part in why people love sports. The future of sports include connecting with fans and bringing them closer to the action. As media leaders continue to invest in virtual and augmented reality, fans will be brought closer to the action, even if they are technically further away. If you pause this video and zoom in, The infographic on this slide shares a detailed synopsis of what fans expect today. Fans like easy and free access to content online, while having the ability to connect with their local favorite players and teams in real time from any location. This slide is a very interesting infographic that describes the mentality of the future sports fan. It includes everything from 63% of people hoping to be able to change television angles during a live sporting event to 79% of people believing live sporting event tickets are overpriced. There are four main categories on here that describe the future sports fan: augmented viewing, priced out, game changers, and playing with a purpose. These four categories break down the habits of consumers from a buying and consumer perspective. Connected data, as we have learned, is the backbone of every organization. Being able to collect, secure, and analyze data in real time is where an organization will ultimately make or break itself. Using this data the right way allows teams to reach their fans appropriately and in a timely manner. Having a superior understanding of the data in which you are collecting will allow teams to be creative in developing revenue streams that engage fans. The biggest ethical dilemma with this is making sure the data is protected and that the patron's information is not jeopardized. To bring the presentation together, having the appropriate technology in place will allow an organization to enhance the product on and off the field. The more the sport industry grows, the more the technology is incorporated into the full spectrum of the experience, from participation to administration. And the more technology is introduced, the more a sport grows in terms of its viewership, popularity, and ultimately revenue. As we begin to wrap up, the three thoughtful questions that I have for the viewers of this video are: as a young professional, how do you connect with your favorite sports teams? Number two, as the quest for mainstream virtual reality becomes more realistic, would you consider substituting going to a live event for this technology? And number three, how does the Moneyball approach translate to your company or hiring practices? Here are the resources that I used to put together this presentation. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.